Hey, everybody. You know episode 3? Yeah, I just finished recording that. Time is weird, right? Anyway, welcome back to episode, 6 or 8? 9? I don't know. It's some episode. Yeah? Oh, man. I am excited to get back to current story content that I don't actually specifically remember. Oh, boy. Oh yeah, I also had to play all through this entire chapter back again. I had to take that old man's money again. You wake early, ready to begin your exploration of the city. Following the tracks for a few minutes, you reach a junction where the roads begin. These are the outskirts of Kare. Pause to look around. It must be clear to everyone around that you are a stranger in these parts. The city's inhabitants, a multitude of malevolent creatures who would kill you for the laces on your boots, turn to watch you as you pass. You are sport, a figure to be jostled and robbed, and one who will most likely fall prey to the strange, elaborate system of traps laid across Kare by the early settlers to protect themselves from one another. Look at the paths. There are more people here than you've seen in a long time. Hiccups. You cast your eye across the faces to see if any are Flanker, the assassin you left outside Torapani. Look left. To the left you see a group of scruffy youngsters walking along the path. Ahead is the main road to the center of Kare, rutted cartwheel tracks. Right is the tracks towards a field, a hut, and a proud little further on. Business of this place is confusing, but you will have to simply strike out. The north gate awaits. Just at that moment, a cart rolls down the road from the right and careens around the corner to take the main track ahead. On its back are stacked several crates. One teeters for a moment and falls near your feet, lid cracking open. Sure. Look in the crate. Kneeling down in the mud, you pry open the crate with your fingers. Inside is a pile of smashed bottles. Thick purple liquid swirls about, littered with shards of glass. There are perhaps 4 bottles still intact, but you recognize the smell. It's Blimberry, a potion with many healing properties. Take 4. I mean, I'm a wizard. If I take 4, I can probably do more than just any old dude does. Take 4. Yeah, take all 4. You take all of the bottles and wipe them down as best you can on the grass nearby. A lucky find. Also, actually, hang on. Oh god, I can't even remember the optimal route to take in all this. Oof. I know that there's a certain angle you have to approach the festival over here from in order to get the green wig, which is a magical item. That's like one of the few things I figured out. This game has like a whole lot of like specific orders that you gotta do things in that I've only been able to figure out a very few number of them. One of them being the green wig. Green wig is used for talking to animals, yeah. I think maybe you have to like go up this path and then back around and approach it from there, but I'll try approaching it this way. Turn right. You head right along a wide track until you reach a large hut. It is the only building on this path which is still standing. Either side are empty plots with houses, once the houses of farmers who planted the field to the north. They are now collapsed and thick with gripweed. It seems that here, in the shadow of the city wall, is not a safe place for people to choose to live. Look at the remaining hut. By the side of the door to the hut is a sign, delicately painted. Chainmaker! The door is just a crack ajar, and from within the gentle tinkling sound of metal on metal, as though a creature in a chainmail dress were endlessly pacing the floor. Listen at the door. You pause for a moment and listen closely to the door, but there are no voices or footsteps within, just the sound of chains. Look ahead. From somewhere further on comes the falling and rising sound of a crowd. Some event is taking place. There are several, event? I mean, will I miss the event? Will I go visit the Chainmaker? Sorry, yawn. It is dark inside. The floor is sawdust and the air smells of oil, polish, and burnt metal. From the ceiling, hanging like ivy, are metal chains of all lengths and thickness, some suitable for machinery, other for oxen, and others for arms and feet. The chains shift and whisper to themselves. There seems to be no one here. There's another room beyond, its door dark and hanging open. Search the room? No shop owner in Car A would leave their wares unattended. You begin to carefully search the room, trying not to set the chains rattling. Look near the door, look under the table. You start your search under the work table, but nothing but dust and wood ticks. Left wall. Left wall, you come across a small bag containing 3 gold pieces. You know, I'm not going to rob this dude. Hang on. I'm not going to rob this guy. I mean, I robbed that other guy back there, but I didn't have 60 gold back then. Try the far door. You cross the room to search the other end of the room, but halfway through, a chain-linked net drops from the ceiling and knocks you to the ground with tremendous clatter. You've triggered a trap! There's a shuffling in the back room. Someone is coming. Wait to cast a spell! At every opportunity, one must cast a spell, even if the situation did not call for magic. F-A-L? Float? Okay, reasonable. Yaz? Invisibility? Yeah, wait, what requires? Pearl ring for invisibility? Talk with animals? Yeah. Wall. Invisible wall, maybe. Pep. What else? Hover! You cast the spell and begin to float a small distance above the ground. Unfortunately, the net does not float, so are you nor the... I need more coffee, that's what I need. Unfortunately, the net does not float, so you're no better off. Before you can try something else, the far door opens. A shadow appears in the doorway. It's the Chain Maker, a great hulk of a Sven, like those you met in the village of Torapati. He whips away the net. Intruder, huh? The Chain Maker growls fiercely and snatches up a particularly heavy length of metal, holding it like a thread. Cast a spell! Or talk my way out of it. M? Mud? Not quicksand. Oh god, stop spinning! Oof. Fix. I can just fucking kill him. I can cast a fireball. Raz. No, I would consume my beeswax and I don't even want to fight him. Nah, just talk my way out of this. I'm not stealing from you, you reply calmly. I called out, but you didn't hear me. I heard nothing, the Chain Maker growls suspiciously. I mean, I might go back and actually crawl out to him. I was just looking for him. You must have been working. That's where you're wrong, the Chain Maker declares. I was scratching. He lumbers towards you, swinging his chain. I mean, if I fight him, can I, like... Yeah, I'll try fighting him. Raz. Sure. I ready my sword quickly. 7.5, I guess? Ow! Poor chain boy. The chain maker whips his chain against his open palm and paces towards you. Boldly, you swing your sharpened sword at his thick neck, aiming to slice clean through. But he lashes at you. The chain maker staggers. Suddenly, you have hurt him more than perhaps you thought. He growls at you. I'll have you reported to the guard, he complains, once you're dead. Oof. Owie. I mean, I don't even want to kill this guy. I'm just seeing what will happen. Drop down protecting yourself. Please? Yeah, there we go. Nice. Licks his teeth and stomps his feet. Just gonna wait. I don't mind getting awful dueling. Pow. Get chainmaked. Rough going. The chainmaker dead. Oof. Oof. No, I ain't a murder man. I ain't gonna murder somebody. The gorilla's gonna get mad at me. Do you want to piss off the cosmic gorilla? I don't think so. Hello? Is anyone there? There's a shuffling beyond the far door, and a figure emerges. It's the Chainmaker! He's a Spin, one of that race of man-orcs from the village of Torapani. You what? He replies gruffly. You want chains? Look for a chain to buy. I'll buy a chain, sure. You look around the shop, at chain after unremarkable chain, but then one stands out. A short length of silver which seems to move energetically. More energetically than those swaying on either side. The chainmaker says, good chain! He says, magic chain! What does it do? Magic! The creature replies. How much does it cost? You ask. He sizes you up, thinking you to be wealthy. It's 5 gold pieces. Oh, sure, I am wealthy. I'll take that. I'll buy it. You hand over the 5 gold pieces he wants and take the chain. It is clearly enchanted. The ends seem to snap and bite at one another like amorous snakes. Good for taking out their knees, the chainmaker replies. Good. Magic chain. Alright, so I can go back again? Or, I mean, I can cut through the field and then, like, walk up this way and go that way, or... No, I'll go this way. I could just, rewind time again back to the Chainmaker. Chainmaker! You continue along the road. The land rises gently, a thin, meager scrub broken by rocking outcroppings, like broken teeth through an infant's gum. Okay, well, I don't think broken was in there. Goats roam the slopes, paranoid, shifty creatures who flee at the sound of your footsteps. Suddenly, you could be back in the fields outside Crestatanti. This part of the city port is barely habited, so it should be safe enough to pass through quickly. Your stomach rumbles with hunger, but you have no more food. Keep walking. Continue walking along the track and begin to hear the sound of a large crowd up ahead. There's some kind of market fair happening further on, near the river. You pass a dirt track on the left and find something or other. Whatever. I press continue. Continue along the road. Towards the noise. After a few minutes, you were walking between tall poles and rippling colored flags. People and creatures sprawl across the path, and several tents have been erected, their poles joined together by more flags. Approach! You ease your way through the edge of the gathered crowd. It looks good-spirited and fun, and with so many people here, perhaps you will pick up some useful information. Sure. Look around. Look around at the various events. There's a group of musicians playing a merry jig for a troupe of dancers. Elsewhere, a dwarf has turned a dancing bear on a lead. And on one side, wreathed by hollering and cheering crowd, a ruffian is calling for challengers to take on his champion in bare-knuckle combat. Yes, I believe you have to approach from this way so that you can go to maybe that tent? I don't know. That's the only, really important thing that I want to get done, is getting that green wig. And you're going to love how it happens. South end of the fairway, amid boys selling barrels, apples. Oof. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to go cut across the field. Oof, I got to go talk to the Chainmaker all over again. Chanamaker. Hello. Look for a chain to buy. Does it do? How much does it cost? I'll buy it. Thanks, bud. Okay, now cut across the field. You strike out across the fields, away from the path, heading towards the rising land of the river. Somewhere in the center of Carre are the docks, a busy place where you should be able to find somewhere to stay overnight, and perhaps learn more about the city. You crest a rise, intending to get a view of the way ahead, then pause at the sound from behind you. It is the quiet shh of a dagger sheath. Oh no, magic time! Yes! Jig, yes, jig! Cast the spell and begin to play your pipe. Fuck, where's the one I'm looking for? Oh no. Oh shoot. I just dropped a bowl full of screws on my floor. Oh boy. Cast a spell and begin to play your pipe. Behind you, you hear the footsteps stop and turn into an irregular tapping and dancing as you turn to see a thug, performing a fair to decent hornpipe with a horrified expression on his face. There you go. I'm too caffeinated to earnestly try to play a song. Unless it's like a pre-written one, like Orn's theme or something. But you cannot keep on piping forever, and there's nowhere to lead this thug to. It will be a question of who tires first. Keep playing. You will give this ruffian the opportunity to wear himself out, at least. You play a little longer, making sure the music is as lively and vigorous as you can. Actually, hang on. There's la da da dee dee da la da la da 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 do 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 do. Let me try that one more time now that I've got it down. Nope. Apparently I don't have it down. I can't remember where that's from. Is it maybe from the Prince of Egypt? No, there is a part like that, but... whatever. Eventually he's stomping so hard that he puts his foot down into a rabbit hole and twists his ankle. Oh, poor guy. He continues dancing, prone on the floor, doing the fucking worm. Oh, god dang it. But he will not be able to follow you now. Search him. You quickly rifles through the thug's body in between his spasming dance moves. Apart from his dirk, a useless little blade, he is carrying only a couple of gold pieces, which you take, and a couple of what looks like gambling chips. Thanks, bud. Bye. Shouldn't have tried to rob a sorcerer. The path winds through the fields, passing on an orchard on the one side. The trees are dying and bare of apples. On the other side, across a muddy field, you see the colors of flags of a festival. Then the view is shrouded by tall fences on either side. Look at them fences. Pause to look at the fences. The fields they contain seem ordinary enough, but for some reason the fences themselves are 2 or 3 times your height. There are no ladders to climb that you can see, and no gates. Perhaps using magic might give you an advantage. Cast a spell, my friend. Cast a spell, me laddie. How? Maybe. Big? Yes. That's an option. Tell. Read minds. What? You put the skull cap on your caster spell, scanning the area and the field behind for thoughts, but you find nothing. There would seem to be nothing inside, or at least nothing with any ideas of its own, at least. Alright, look through the fence. Peering through the fence, you see a square field of long grass, which seems to be ungrazed, which no one has cropped in a long time. Anything might be hidden in there. Climb over, sure. You clamber over the first rungs of the fence until you reach the top. From there, you have a good view of the fair to the north and east, and the lower parts of Carré on the other direction. Excuse me. Towards the wall. But looking down into the field, you still see nothing but tall grass. Okay, drop down into the field. Surely it's not magic grass. You're standing in a field full of grass that comes almost to your neck, shrouded on all sides by tall fence. The fields appear to be empty, however. Search the grass, sure. You crouch low and feel around in the grass to see if there's anything hidden here. Suddenly, something grabs your wrist, holding you down low. Draw my sword! You draw your sword, but cannot move your arms. You are now fully held and being pulled down towards the earth. Pray for aid? You begin a quick and fervent prayer to the gorilla, and after a moment you feel a grip on your arms loosening. You waste no time and hurry away from the fence. Nope. Hang on. I want to see if I can just struggle instead. Search the grass. It's the murder grass. Struggle free. You try to tug your arms free, but in thrashing around you succeed only in tangling your other limbs. Scream for help. Oh no. Only to have the thick and curly grasp Grass stalks wind their way into your throat. You are pulled down into the very soil of the earth itself, where you expect to be swallowed by some terrible beast. What is my fate? But nothing happens. You're lying on the ground, under the grass, held for... That's a good shape. That is the message that it gives you when you die. What is my fate? But nothing happens. You are lying on the ground, under the grass, held firmly in place, but nothing else is happening. Looking around, you see you're not alone. Several other creatures are being held, from rabbits, squirrels, rats, to larger creatures. You can see a human foot in one direction and a Sphinx's clawed hoof in the other. There are also assorted items, gold pouches, weapons, and farming equipment. All are tied firmly down by a thick knot of grass. Talk to the creatures? Hey, you there, you call out. Can you hear me? Neither foot gives any reaction, or you try to reach out and poke the Sphin, but of course you cannot move your arms. Cast a spell? You look up to the stars for a spell to cast, but there's no use. With your arms tied down, you cannot craft magic. The grass around your neck is very slowly tightening its hold. Grab the pouch of gold right now. If you can hear me, wiggle your toe. Neither toe wiggles. Looking more closely at the human foot, you see that the toe is a deep, unsettling blue color. That's when you realize the owner of the toe is no longer alive. From somewhere outside the field, you hear a voice. Works even better than we expected. It's at least 10 times stronger than normal pilfer grass. It'll be good to test it on a giant. I've invited Anva, replies a second voice. He's the strongest creature in Kare right now. We'll see how he fares. Reach for a weapon. You reach, hoping to scratch one of the weapons. Oh, but you cannot move your arms. Help me, please! The voices talk. Stop. There's a dark chuckle. Well, do you hear that? I do. Sounds like we might just get to do our test after all. You seem to be trapped without hope of escape. Will you starve to death down here? What is my fate? As it turns out, the grass is growing into your throat and finish you off. You have been suffocated by grass. Oops! Rip. Ah, fuck. I'm gonna cast Big instead. Cast spell. B-I-G. Yeah. I'm gonna loot the... Step over the fence. Yep, let's get in there. You're gonna get your giant test after all, dummies. Oh no, the giant spell fades. Uh-oh. Climb back out. Oh no. Draw my sword. Something grabs your arm. You are now fully held down. Oops. Wait. Okay. Try to climb back out. Struggle free. Try to tug your foot free. You only... Yep. Ah, well. Yep, seems like that's just guaranteed death. Just keep walking. No trespassing today, thank you. You emerge onto a wide road that leads up to a gentle slope and a cliff edge. Look at the cliff. Turn and look at the cliff, which rises suddenly out of the middle of the fields. Along its ridge is a line of finer buildings, though most have fallen to a rack and ruin. Look down the road. Looking downhill, you see a few distant buildings, and beyond, where the point of the 3 roads have diverged. I'm going to go up here, and we're going to try to head into the carnival from there. You continue ramping through the fields until after about half an hour you emerge onto a wider road, heading uphill towards the center of Kare. Look around. To the right of the main road, a track lined with colored flags that along the line of the cliff. After a short distance from the road is a hut with mud bricks. Smoke rises from its chimney and a rich smell wafts from its door. Your tummy growls. What's in that hut? Door to a small hut is ajar. Its pleasant smell lifts you, but you nothing from inside. Knock. You knock firmly on the door. I need more coffee. You knock firmly on the door. A voice calls back, "Enter, friend, but be careful as you open the door." Slip through the doorway. You slip through the doorway as carefully as you can. Looking up, you notice a jar of some kind of liquid balanced precariously on the door. This shop is a kitchen. There is a fire, the grate. Oh, there's a fire in the grate, with a pot above it, which bubbles and smokes. On the walls are herbs, vegetables, meats, and cooking equipment. But no matter how hard you look, you cannot seem to spot the speaker. What is that thing? What the fuck is that? I remember to shut the window, didn't I? Hang on. No, I did. It's just the rain outside is so noisy. Pretty rain. Nice and rainy. Okay. Look near the hearth. Looking again, you suddenly notice the strange-looking creature standing beside the pot. He has a human torso, but his head is nothing but a green-colored jelly. He is hard to spot because of the vegetables hanging around on the wall behind him, but you can tell he is the chef, as the long, sinuous tentacles coming from his head are scooping around with ladles, stirring spoons, and waving salt shakers and brandishing a cleaver. So, what do you want? Look around more closely. Under one of the tables you spy a small box, one end of a scroll, and the handle of a mirror sticking out. Ooh, I want that mirror. Oh, fuck yeah, I want that mirror. Asks the creature, keeping a cautious eye on you, whilst another floats around the side of his head to watch his soup. Talk to the creature. Greetings, creature, you begin. Look, the creature complains. Its tentacles go back to stirring, chopping and mixing. I don't have all day. What do you want? I'd like that box of yours, actually. I'd like that box of yours. Are you one of Theda's men? The creature asks. No. Creature laughs. Then you got some nerves, Captain. Now get out of my shop before I skewer and roast you. Cast a spell. Well, I kind of also want to eat, too. That'd be nice. Dim, cause stupidity. Dumb, cause clumsiness. Jig! Jig! Yes! Jig him, baby! Jig him, yeah! You cast the spell and begin to play your pipe. The music is merry and cheerful, and the creature cannot help but start to dance, his tentacles clapping along to the music. Soon he is banging pots and pans. Go for the box. Oh, wait. You reach for the box and flip it open, but you have to stop playing to do it. The minute the music stops, the flare swings at you with its vicious tentacles. You manage to grab something, but then you race for the door before you can see it. Alright, hang on now. I want to do this diplomatically. I want to not rob a man. Knock? Okay. Slip through carefully. Okay. Look near the hearth. Look around more closely. Talk to the creature. I'd like to buy some food, first of all. All right, the creature replies, giving his cauldron a quick stir, but not taking his eyes off you. It's 5 gold pieces, and it's It's 5 gold pieces, and it's bristle beast kidneys. Hope that's all right with you. That's too much. He shrugs with a waft of his tentacles. Just fucking attack him? No. I am not a murderer. I may want to rob him, but I am not a murderer. Slip in. Look near the hearth. Okay, look around more closely. Hello. Talk to the creature. Hello. I might lie to him. I'm not beyond lying to people. You need to find the north gate. You go north, the creature replies. I can't help you much more than that unless you need feeding for the journey. Yeah, alright, I'd like to buy some food. Alright, 5 gold. Yep, sure. You pay him the money and he hands you a bowl of stew. Doesn't taste very nice, but you force a smile. The creature nods and offers a drink to wash it down. Spill it to create a distraction. Ooh, maybe not. Drink it. Sure, you drink it down. It's actually quite refreshing. When your meal is finished, there's not much more to be done. Your hunger is satisfied, you thank the cleaning creature and leave the hut. I want that mirror. I'm definitely sure that mirror is magic, but I can't remember how. Actually, I can just check right now. Hang on. Spellbook! Magic! Jewel of gold. Gold-backed mirror. Kin? In battle, a gold-backed mirror must be pointed at the creature to which the spell is cast. An exact replica of the enemy will be created under the creature's control. Ooh. Ooh. Ooh, I like that. Oh, I like that. I need that mirror, baby. I need it. Slip in. Look near the hearth. Look around more closely. Talk to the creature. I'd like that box of yours. You one of Theta's men? Yeah, that's right. Thought so, he replies, smiling. Then a moment later, he's thrown one of his knives, catching you with a deep wound in the arm. Theta was thrown from the council a month ago, and I don't think you know, and don't think I don't know it. Oh, boy. All right. Well, in that case, I'm going to be honest, and then I'm going to juke him out with magic. Okay. Knock. Slip through the doorway. Look near the hearth. I'm going to cause stupidity. More closely. Talk to the creature. I want that box of yours. Alternatively, I could use, I could cause a distraction, right? Nope. Got some nerve, Captain. Cast a spell. D-I-M. Cause stupidity. Cast the spell over the creature, who roars with anger, but then seems to be quite confused. Begins to wander aimlessly around the room, bumping into things. With the flare suitably distracted, you are free to search the kitchen. Look through the box. I want that mirror. You open the box and look inside. For a large container, it's almost completely empty, containing only a scroll of parchment in a language you do not understand, a gold-backed mirror, and 2 grubby gold pieces. Take everything, yeah, I want that scroll. You pick up the box and put it into your pack. The flare does not seem to notice you at all, as he is too distracted by a lettuce. Eat some food? Help yourself to some of the stew. It's thick and nourishing. The creature watches briefly, suggesting adding salt, and then it turns to run circles on the spot. Your hunger satisfied, you leave the hut. The creature calls a cheery goodbye from under one of the tables, where he's decided for the moment to hide. Oh, my boy. Oh, what have I done to you? I don't feel good about that one, but I needed that mirror. Clues. Lord Theta. Lord Theta is one of the nobles of Glandragoran. Vic's teeth? Right, yeah, that's from the werewolf. Yeah. Okay. Silver chain. Nope. Other items. Scroll? Yeah, examine that scroll. The scroll is written in a language you cannot read. Right? Probably some kind of cipher, yeah? Head for the flags. Yes. You follow the flags. After a few minutes, you notice something in the distance, a dark mass with bright colors shining through. It's not until you hear the sound when you realize what it is. It's a huge crowd of people gathered around a set of tents. It's a fair! Yes. I believe this is the better angle to approach it from. People and creatures sprawl across the path, and several tents have been erected, their poles joined together by more flags. You ease your way into the into the edge of the gathered crowd. It all looks good-spirited and fun, and with so many people here, perhaps you will be able to pick up some useful information. Look around, yes. You look at various events. There's a group of musicians playing. Elsewhere, a dwarf is trained at dancing. Top of the midway, there is a tent somewhere here, which has a boy that I want to talk to. North end of the fairground midway. Continues from here, and a roadway is uphill. Hang on. I'm gonna head up here and see, like, maybe the tent is up here. Hang on. A ticket booth that seems to be ignored by Kare. Look at the small tent. Cabinet of Fortune. Try your luck. A prize for all. Nah, not right now. There we go. Back to the top of the midway. Yeah, I'll do bare-knuckle fighting. I can fight a man with my bare knuckles. You cross the fairground to a wrestling ring. A ruffian inside is announcing the current challenge. People of Kare! Are you ready for a fight? In the white corner, we have our challenger, Anvar the Barbarian. Look over Anvar. Excuse me. Anvar is about half as tall as you again, with sheets of muscle on his arms and legs, but he is probably lighter than the ogre, which means he has less momentum. And in the black corner, the brawling champion of Kare, they call Skull Splitter, the Ogre Kagu of Dadulay. Look over Skull Splitter. The ogre looks as thick as any ogre you might meet, but he is made of solid muscle, his arms and legs twisted like bark of trees. Challenger, are you ready? Ask someone about the fight. You attract the attention of a nearby member of the crowd. Tell me, you ask, what are the rules of this fight? No rules. That's what makes it so entertaining. No weapons, another man puts in. That's the only rule. On the platform, a ruffian champion. Champion, are you ready? The beast appears to understand the question, but scratches its armpits. Place a bet. Yeah. Wager man. Feeling lucky, are you? I would like to place a bet on Barbarian Boy. And I'm gonna cheat the shit out of it. Sorry for swearing. 3 gold pieces on Barbarian Man. You hand over the gold pieces and the bookkeeper marks it on there. Meanwhile, in the ring, a fight has begun. Cast a spell! Stop, doze. That'd be too obvious. Sap? Yes. Make him sad. Cast it on the ogre. You cast an enchantment over the ogre, who begins to look thoroughly miserable. You have been given Anvar a much-needed boost. The barbarian beats his chest and pounds the ogre heavily about the head. Anvar's looking good. Woo, Anvar! Finish him, Anvar! The slow-moving ogre roars with rage and struggles forward against the barbarian, landing a mighty blow. Anvar's agility is helping him take the fight. Then the ogre puts in a devastating sideswipe. The barbarian staggers suddenly. The crowd gasps. But then he picks himself up once more. Go, Anvar! You holler at the barbarian, but it's not clear it does any good. The ogre's lip is split and bleeding. Anvar roars and thumps his opponent in the back. Suddenly, Anvar is winning. Go, Anvar! Don't spare the elbow! To the barbarian, you yell, who roars back. Only stop distracting me. Growling and muttering, the ogre works into the barbarian, cracking his skull. The crowd goes quiet. Fight is in balance once more. Wait and watch. Oof! Finally, it's all over. With a single throw, Skull Splitter the ogre throws Anvar the barbarian clear out of the wing. Oh boy. Hang on. I want to see if there's any other way that I can carry it up. To Anvar. To Skull Splitter. Place a bet. Place a bet on Barbarian. 3 gold. Maybe I can cast a spell on the Barbarian to make him fight better instead. Cast a spell. Nah, because I don't got Fire Water. Let's see, what else? Why would I want Dop? Why do I always have the opportunity to... Whatever. Let's see. Read the ogre's mind. Read the ogre's mind, but find no particular thought. Except one, a sound playing over and over. It's the sound of an arm bone snapping in two. The barbarian beats his chest. Shout for the barbarian? Tell him, Go, barbarian! Anvar's agility helps him take the fight. The ogre puts in a devastating sideswipe. Cast a spell. Oof, Read the ogre mind. Nope, I can't tell him. I can't tell Mr. Ogre. I mean, I can't tell Mr. Anvar what's going on there. Hang on, let me try again. Look at Anvar. Look at Skull Splitter, who indeed did split that man's skull. Place a bet. Place a bet. Bet on... I want Anvar to win, so that I can also beat him up. Bet 3 gold pieces. Cast a spell. Okay, so Tell doesn't do a whole lot, because ogres don't think very good. Sap didn't win him the fight. Kid? Illusions? That would be neat to have. Tell, no. Did, Dawes, Dop, K, Kid, right? Sap, nope. I guess doze would further increase the ogre's disadvantage. Cast it on the ogre. Balance of the fight looks to change. Suddenly the ogre looks dizzy and slow and can't seem to grip his opponent properly. Anvar beats the ogre across the head. Yes. Also, sap the ogre. Double fuck the ogre. Sorry. Distasteful. Cast the enchantment of the ogre, who looks thoroughly miserable. No? Yay! Skull Splitter, finish him! Barbarian looks at the gibber, wallops the ogre in the legs. Yeah, go! Go Skull Splitter! Slow-moving ogre roars with rage and struggles forward against the... Anvar is looking stronger than ever. Yes! Go, Anvar! Don't you spare the elbow! Finally, it's all over. With a single throw, Anvar the Barbarian powers through and hurls Skull Splitter into the mat. The crowd goes wild! You find the bookkeeper and collect your winnings. You got lucky, sulks the bookkeeper. He hands over 12 gold pieces. Why am I hoarding money, though? Whatever. Inside the ring, the master of the fight raises the barbarian's fist in the air. Who challenges our champion? The prize is 10 gold pieces. Yeah, I'll challenge him, considering he only won because of me. I challenge him, you cry. All eyes turn to you. The fight master beams. We have a stranger taking up the challenge. Let him through. The crowd parts, and you are helped into the ring. Under his breath, the fight master outlines the rules. A fair fight, no magic, can pound your opponent until they can't stand. Oh, well, I already cheated. Look over the barbarian. He's almost half as tall as you, and, the Analander. The Analander, you declare, shouting it so the crowd can hear. They catch the name and throw it up into the sky. The Analander! That man doesn't look half as tall as me at all. Oof. The crowd begins to furiously place bets. You can hear them discussing your relative merits. He looks feeble, he says. Looks like a maniac to me. Oof. Alright, in a fist fight, damage is lower and power refreshes more quickly. Let's see. Let's go ahead and go for like a 8, right? That looks like about his maximum power. Yeah, baby! 3 damage. Fuck. Barbarian raises his fist into the air and roars. The crowd roars in return. The bell rings and you charge forward, bellowing, "For Analand!" Anvar charges straight back at you. You meet in a heavy collision of bodies, and everyone in the crowd seems surprised when Anvar falls back onto the mat. You emerge, still standing. The Fightmaster applauds. "Let's hear it for our challenger!" he cries. He steps back across the ring, putting space between you. Go for a 5, yeah, baby, yeah. You strike again, moving swiftly. You aim for his midriff as the barbarian swings for your head. Anvar staggers suddenly, crashing into the ropes at the side of the ring. A gasp goes up from the crowd. He's holding back. Someone in the crowd is shouting advice. "Body blow time!" Yeah, baby. Do him a clout. You lunge forward again. You chase the barbarian with a passing blow. The barbarian turns away as though confused as to where exactly you are. Perhaps he cannot see past his fringe after all. Make fun of his haircut, dude. Yeah, baby! I didn't even have to save scum, man. You strike again, moving quickly. You go in a straight lunge for his temple. Anvar staggers back, grasping at his face in a mess of blood and bruises. Summoning the last ounce of strength in your arms, you ready a final knockout punch that sends him back into the mat and out of the ring. No stamina lost. Perfect punch-up. Yeah. You stagger from the ring. The crowd Why did I stagger? I didn't get hit once. The crowd cheering for you, and you collect your winnings. The fair spreads out all around you. Hawkers announce the various attractions at the top of their lungs. The general atmosphere is cheerful and just a bit of violence. Musicians, middle of the midway. I think maybe that tent is what I'm looking for. Musicmans. You head over to where the crowd are watching a troupe of dancers who spin and swirl in time to a lovely tune. There's something quite hypnotic about the performance. You know what can add a lot to this? Oh boy. Niff, of course. No. Jig, of course. You cast a spell and begin to play your pipe. With the other dancers already setting a wonderful mood, the spell's effects are magnified, and soon the entire crowd is dancing and jigging with each other. It's quite a sight. 100 of Kare's strange and wonderful creatures, all waving their arms and stomping their feet. After about half an hour, the crowd grows tired and wanders off, arm in arm, claw in claw, to see other attractions of the fair. One of the musicians approaches you. "Nice work," he says. "Not often we get a talented amateur for the thieves' dance. The crowd will thank you. The crowd will think you were a stooge." "I enjoyed it." "Glad to hear it," the man says, nodding. He looks you over. "Pack, sword, battle scars. You're from Kare, are you? Not just here to enjoy the fair." I'm not. I'm just passing through." "Passing through?" The man laughs. There's not many as pass through. What? There's not many as pass through Kare. Most people get stuck or don't get in at all. I had a hard time getting in, certainly. Or I'm on my way to the Backlands. Let's be transparent. "Are you really?" The man looks quite fascinated. "My name's Jira, and it's most good to meet you." Shake his hand. "So, you helped us get enough coins to pay for our night. How can I help you?" "I need to find the north gate." The man shakes his head. "Finding it won't be hard. Opening that. Now that's your problem. I've not heard of anyone doing it. Only Sanas knows the full spell, and he's told one line to each of the 4 nobles. Then he started killing them, too. Quite mad, so they say." Where is he?" "Sansus? No one knows anymore." "No one knows anymore. I hear he built a tower, the height of 4 trees with no stairs, and got a wizard to put him in the top so no one could get at him. Stupid story, though, since there's no towers like that in town. Could be he's gone to ground." "Okay. I'd try the other side of town. There's at least one big house in there that belongs to a noble. He's a scholar. Thank him." Jira smiles. "No, thank you. And listen, we're staying at the Meat and Cleaver by the docks, and I wouldn't recommend anywhere else. If you've got value for your freedom, I will see you there." He winks and heads off into the crowd. From across the field comes a murmur of excitement, then suddenly a small tornado lifts a tent up sharply into the air and away. Ye what? Okay. I hope that elf tent is around. Nope. Shit, dude. Where's the green hair tent? Hang on, let me go further. I will just rewind. Small tent. Oh, okay, I think that's it. Yeah, I can go back. I'll do that next time. Let me try something real quick. Let me see if I still got this one in me. Nope, apparently not. I haven't been practicing my flute a lot lately. Anyway, trying to move on. I'm having fun with this, so this is my favorite part so far of the things that I've vaguely played. Oh god, have you been able to hear me okay through this? Oof, I didn't realize how loud it was.